Hi, thank you very much for tuning back in. My name is Fonny. In my channel, I talk about my houseplant and my Hoyas. Today, it is the second episode of Swedish Hoya Society booth that I have visited in Stockholm. And this is the video I'm going to show you all of the cuttings that I have. I'm just going to have a quick... These are all of the cuttings that I got. I am trying not to be too greedy because I have very limited space, and I try super hard to limit myself to only buy smaller leaf Hoyas so that I can have more time to grow them larger, and that's how I can get more species, I believe. So if you are interested in this type of content and you like this type of video, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet and you don't want to miss out next time when I post similar content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without further ado, I'm going to show you all of the close-up of these rooted cutting and non-rooted cutting and how amazing the prize are from the Swedish Hoya Society. The first one over here is Hoya Tannaensis. This one is a cutting from Italy. You can see that he has such a beautiful picture over here. And what I'm really impressed by his Instagram is all of the flowers that he shed on Instagram almost looks like it is fake, because all of them looks amazing, and the way that the grotan is structured it just looks like how it looks like in the nature. And you can see it is such a nice prize. And this is a cutting with the actual flower. If you could see that over there, I'm going to unpack this one and show you the close-up. You can see how large this cutting is. There are in total 3 notes with leaves, but it is a super long vine with grow point as well. Let's have a look at the flower. It still has some floral scent, but it's relatively strong. And honestly, I am having a blocked nose at the moment. I can't smell anything, but it smells like something. I can sense it, but you can see the nectar is still dripping. And none of the flower has dropped. It is still attached to the peduncle. Let's see that. The flower is having this amazing coloration that it's purple in the middle, and then it transitioned to a light purple color on the edge and the corolla. It also has this really nice size. I don't have any Hoyas with this size of flower, and I will show you how the leaves looks like. The leaf looks very nice and thin. It's not super thin that it's not dehydrated or not. It is very firm, but as you can see on this side, it is relatively thin leaf Hoya. The leaf shape is also a bit more oval, but then with a tip on the end. You can see that the comparison between the flower and the leaf size are very pleasant. This one would be amazing to trellis it, but as I really like trailing down my Hoyas, I will actually just trail it down, I believe. And you can see that all of the leaves are very healthy. You can see that the veining on the edge, it has that kind of convex look. You see it on the side. And also there are so many air roots happening. Also there is a new growth point, and then this one is also a grow tip. So all in all, this one is such a fantastic Hoyas to have. The second one over here, it is my wish list. This one over here is Hoya Yvesrocheri. I really want this one super much because I got this the first time from Camilla, but then the cutting I got from her died maybe after half a year. It never really pushed out new growth, and after a long struggle, I think it just yellowed off the leaf. And this is such a beautiful cutting. As you can see, it is huge, and it is also a really good price. I remember Vitaly has actually put this on the auction for several times, but I did not manage to win the auction, and I'm so happy that this one is actually available in the booth yesterday, and I could show you the close-up after opening this very nice bag. Oh my god, look at this. This is a huge cutting. I think there might be 5 to 6 node. Obviously, I'm not going to chop into one node, one cutting, but just to have a close-up look of this amazing leaf shape. This leaf shape is very thin, and you see that the mid-rib is very prominent, and it will also form this concave shape if you look in the side. And if you look closer, the vein is also showing up. You see that, the vein on the side. And although it is very thin, the structure is very sturdy. It is very difficult to bend. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but it is such a pleasant, elegant leaf shape. And imagine if you have a full pot of this one just hanging down. This will make it an amazing hanging basket. I think there is also potentially a peduncle over here, but I have zero expectation in any flowers or peduncle that has retained in a cutting that could manage to go through it and continue to grow. But just look at this very delicate but structured leaf. Let's have a look. Have a look at the back of the leaf. It's like that. This one is very special because all of the Hoyas that I have, except from Zangii, which is the true Zangii, i.e. Odente, that has slightly similar texture. It's not as thin as Yvesrocheri, but it is more on a thinner side. But this one is just fascinating. I'm so happy that I managed to get the cutting, because I remember when I was in the booth, many of this Yvesrocheri has been purchased from other people. But yeah, such a great price as well. If you have a look, it's 200 SEK, which is around 20 euro. This is fantastic. I love this. Hopefully this one could grow. I think I have enough cutting. Probably I should say, hopefully this one could grow into a basket plant. This one is the third attempt that I have for Hoya Thuathienhuensis. First of all, I can't pronounce the name of this Hoya. Second of all, I can't figure out how to keep this Hoya, but I found this Hoya in the booth, and Vitaly also have this one in a super good offer. So I actually managed to get myself one more try. I really hope that I could make this alive with a much shorter transport time. I believe this time is probably just a couple of days, including at the time when Vitaly has taken this cutting. I will take this out and I'll show you the close-up. This one is very hairy on the stem. It is very thick, and it also have this kind of wooden texture. And if you can see the hair together with the wooden texture, it is just so special. And you can see that the leaf of Vitaly's is so much larger than the one that I got. The one that I got before, it's quite large already, but the one that's from Vitaly, it's so healthy. It's deep green color, together with the very prominent mid-rib. You can also see the size have that kind of concave, convex bomb of the structure of the vein. And if you look into the sap situation, the sap is so much, it looks like a corrector. You know, those corrector that when you wrote something wrong, you have that corrector to remove the pen. See that? It's so intense. I'm pretty sure when I cut this one, I need to make this shorter, probably like this much, because the container that I have isn't that deep. I really hope that this time I can make this alive and actually have this pushed out a new growth point. Last time I got it as an unrooted cutting, and I'm just trying to get my luck one more time. Please leave your comment down below if you have any tips on rooting this one and keeping this one alive. I really want to see the beautiful flower shape and also the coloration of the flower. That's why I give myself one more try. But it is absolutely fascinating. Well, please don't be too fast of a grower either, because it's pretty large leaf, but it's very structured. Look how long this stem is. I think it's probably, could be 15 centimeters or even a bit longer. But very, very pretty, that dark leaf shade. This one over here is the last one I got from Italy. This is Hoya Paulshirleyi. It is a crazy good price, and that's the reason why, even though I already taken out Swedish kroner out, I need to go to the cash machine one more time because I want to get this one as well. And it also have a peduncle. Obviously, I think this peduncle, it looks like it's trying to open. You see that slight opening, but I hope this peduncle will stay alive, but I don't expect any of these flower will manage to survive. But there is another one. Again, this peduncle, it is a new peduncle, I believe, but I'm going to open up this to show you the texture. Look at the amazing venation of the leaf. I normally am not a big fan of larger leaf size Hoya, but this one is perfectly medium size Hoya, so it's not large, and that's why I love this one. And you can see that the size, it's probably around 4 centimeters large. And if you look into the closer focus point here, you see that the vein, it's almost like glowing. I believe this one is slightly sun stressed. That's why it is deep purple, or even not black, but very, very dark purple, if you can tell that. And there is some kind of splashes as well. And this is so perfect leaf shape, and that is why it attracted me to buy this cutting. And you see that the venation is very, very even, in the sense that leaf shape is almost identical. And imagine how pretty and neat and tidy it will look like when you have a full pot of this one. And also, as I mentioned, there is a flowering situation happening here, but I think because of the cutting being cut from the source of nutrition, or no water for a while, this one will very likely be dropped off. But look at the crazy air root. I can imagine how humid the greenhouse is. And look at this one. This is such healthy peduncle though. The buds will very likely be gone, but I'm very sure that it will rebud itself if the peduncle managed to survive. But one more time, look at this. Insane venation, and also the size is really cute. It's not tiny, but it's not large, which I really, really like. Look at that reflection. I actually first heard of this one from Rose interview with actual person Paulshirleyi, and this Hoya named after him. And at the time, I don't really see a lot of nice picture perhaps with this particular species, so I never really have the idea of purchasing this one. But this is the first time when I see Paulshirleyi in person. I mean, not him in person, but Hoya Paulshirleyi in person, and I can't help, I have to get this. And yeah, I really like this one, and hopefully it grows the flower in my condition. The rest of the Hoyas are from Osa. I am so happy that I got this one, Hoya SP Philippines with yellow sapphire. This one here, you see that's the color and why it is called yellow sapphire. This one, I'm just going to show you everything, and it is also rooted. All of the Hoyas that I got from Osa, they are all rooted, which is absolutely fantastic, particularly for people who go to the exhibition without too much knowledge on how to root Hoya. I think this is such an encouraging thing to have. Let's have, oops, I guess I just dropped a leaf. You pretend that you can't see it also, you're just looking at this one, but look at this. All of the roots are so healthy. And not to mention, this is super rooted. I believe also probably have it in cocoa chip. This one is cocoa chip here. I'm going to plant all of these in Lacunosa pond, which none of you should be surprised. I only use that as a soil substrate because I really hate bugs inside the soil. But look at this one. This is a huge plant. I would say this is actually a plant. It is not a cutting. And the reason why I love this so much is because it has this kind of, this one looks like Highlands, this one looks like David Kamingii, and it is just different variety within the same plant. And also it has a very special flower. And if we look into the close-up of the leaf doesn't have too much veining on the top, but I would say the feeling and the look is very similar to David Kamingii. And I wonder if this one is any of the cross between David Kamingii or Highlands. But this is absolutely fantastic. I love this so much. I think it is teeny tiny bit dehydrated. I'm going to make sure to pot it up right after this video, but look at this. Is that a peduncle? Probably not. This one looks like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. This one dropped off here. It's me. Oh, sorry. Let's have a look at this. Really nice. The next one here is Mappigera Pink Corona. I got this non-pink Corona version from Emily, I think around a year ago. And then I realized that that one is from Borneo, but this with pink center, pink Corona, this one is from Malaysia. And I'm very happy that it is such a nice plant. It is not a cutting from Osa, so I'm very happy. I will just try to take it out without a very big mess. Oh, big mess over here. Let's have a look. It's very nice root, as you can see. These ones are, let me feel it. Yeah, these ones are healthy. These ones are healthy roots. And also over here, it is also very healthy roots. I'm so happy that I finally can buy some Hoyas that is rooted, because generally for Hoyas that I got, for special species that you can't get from garden center, 99% those ones are not rooted and you have to root it by yourself. It's not a problem rooting Hoyas because normally it is very easy, but it's just much more convenient if you already have the rooted plant. And especially this one is potted in soil, I believe. That makes it very easy to transition to pon. And you can see that the leaves are very thin and it has some kind of splashes as well. Look at this one over here. A newer leaf. These ones are paper thin. I think it's actually thinner than paper. It's almost like discipulae, the thinness of discipulae. This one here, it's very pretty. You can see that the splashes are quite unevenly distributed, and the leaf itself is very healthy. It doesn't have any sign of stress. I believe it's because this one is a rooted cutting, and I actually got it in the first day of the exhibition, so it is just really fresh. And yeah, I really want to see the flower of this particular variety. This one over here, it is a species I already have, Hoya Brevialata, but the one that I have is non-splashy form. Also, the one that I have is kind of struggling, and I love this one at first sight when I saw this, and particularly the cost is very good together with a rooted cutting. This is a plant, it's not a rooted cutting, and I love how the splashes look like. Let's take a look at the root. Wow, those juicy roots. It's so healthy. This is fantastic. Wow. Could you see how strong that root is? Let me try not to hurt any of these existing root. I'm trying to pull, try to be gentle. Oops. Wow. Can you see how strong this root is? It's just fascinating. It's almost like straight out of the pot. And this is absolutely beautiful. And the plant itself is very large, and I really like how concave this shape looks like. It curls inwards, just like a little ball if you look it from the back, and the growth pattern is also really pretty, and the splash makes it very special. I would say this one must be a very expensive one if it's not Brevialata, if any of the species has this kind of splash, but with this price range, I think this is really good deal, particularly if you like splashy leaf and small leaves. This one is very pretty. This one is another small leaf variety that I managed to find that I don't have yet. This one is Hoya SP Cameron Highlands SR2009-050. I actually need to check my Hoya list to see if I actually have this. But if you look into the flower, it looks like this one has very big flower compared to the normal. Believe that could be a Rebecca flower on the left hand side, but if you look into the leaves, these ones are very Lacunosa type of plain leaf shape. Let's have a look, and also have a look at how the roots looks like. Okay, I guess this one doesn't have, oh yeah, there is a tiny little root over there, which is great. That means I can actually chop this one, so then I can have the smaller pot to pot this up. Running out of space, I can't always have this kind of big ones like this, because this one is actually not rooted very much. I can have the very small one, that is the 6 centimeter diameter one. But back to this one. So if you look into the leaf shape, it reminds me a lot of silver coin. If you see that on the reference picture, the leaf shape is very similar. Sorry, that was mint coin. The shape of mint coin is very similar to this one. Is oval shape and also a bit convex. You see it on the side there. even though the leaves are very plain, it has this very deep green color and also quite shiny, if you see that, the reflection from the light. And if you look at the back, it is also, it actually also looks like the Borneo red that I have. But I look forward to see the flower, and I'm very happy to have something addition to my other Hoya Lacunosa variety. Let me know if you have any information about this one. How is your care tips? Is it the same as normal Lacunosa or normal Hoya? Just leave your comment down below so then we can learn from each other. There is a little bit of abs, if you can see that reflection. Right, let me chop this to here and then I'll pop this one up. Last one over here is Lacunosa SR2010055. I don't recall I have this one. It is because the leaf shape is quite special. If you look into the side, it is a ruffle, that kind of leaf shape, and it's quite elongated. It almost reminds me a little bit of Mirabilis, and it is also a rooted plant. Let's have a look at how the roots looks like. Do have some roots over here, a very small bit. Look at this. It's very nice. Although it's very small kind of root system here, it is extremely healthy. And this is a huge basket of leaves with just this tiny node. What I'll do, I'll chop this from here, so then I'll have 2 growth points. And also this one won't be too stressed out when it needs to support the entire bulk of leaves on top of it. But as I mentioned, this one is extremely special. I have no Lacunosa, looks like this. If it doesn't label as Lacunosa, I would actually think that it is a hybrid of Mirabilis. And if you look into the leaf ruffle, you can see that it is not smooth. And you also see that the midrib is pretty prominent with the side rib vein that looks like that. And it is also quite splashy. Wow, this one is fantastic. And this one could actually demonstrate an even more ruffle leaf shape. It is slightly on the thin leaf side. So what I will do, I will pop this one in water just so then it could be hydrated for say 15-30 minutes. And yeah, then I'll pot it in a small 6 centimeter transparent pot with lettuce upon. But I'm so happy that I actually made the decision to buy this, because it does not remind me of any Hoyas that I have. Wow. Thank you very much to stay until now. I wish you enjoy all of the close-up of the Hoya castings I got from the Swedish Hoya Society, and also encourage you next time when there is an event in Stockholm. Don't forget to book your ticket and also join this huge event. There are so many nice collectors that you probably can meet, and also you can talk to the Swedish Hoya Society and have them share their experience with you. I also think this particular event not only featured Hoya, but they also have other gardening information that you can get from this exhibition. Before you leave, don't forget to leave the comment down below which one is your favorite Hoya that I got from this round. If you want to give me a big shout out and also have me making similar content, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out next time. Until next time, I wish everyone is having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.